part of me really feels like they thought this was cool. Like, they were just like, oh yeah, this will prove I'm the best generation. Like, yeah, for sure, bro. You came from an era without internet. Yes, bro. You were bored out of your mind. Yes, bro. Good God, that made me erect. I think that's how they want me to respond anyway. What's up, everyone? It's your local. I was born in between two generations, so I don't know what the I am, to be honest. Maybe Gen Z, maybe millennial, maybe both guy here. And today we are going to talk about generational cringe. Now, in my life, I have spoken with many different types of people, all varying from different generations. But when the topic of generations gets brought up, some of them claim to be the best. My question is, why? So I set out on a quest to discover why. I searched across the lands. I studied. I learned. And this is the conclusion I came to. People are just delusional. Calm down. Calm down. Now, I don't think there was ever truly a perfect generation. It's like, obviously you're allowed to be proud of the time that you were born in, but let's be f***ing honest here. Was it really that great? For example, Gen X folks. Before anyone says, I'm Gen X and I don't do that, I'm specifically referring to the people who are outspokenly proud. Now, I've seen various clips, various posts, and talked to various people as well, and they're all like, you wouldn't understand my generation. I know what life was like before the internet. I used to go outside and play. I don't need Fortnite or blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that's great. Whatever, dude. Congrats. You went outside and touched grass. But let's dive into the Gen X era, shall we? The Gen X era happened between the years of 1965 to 1980. Why don't we go through and name some amazing things that happened during that time? I say sarcastically. The Cold War, the Challenger exploded, Operation Desert Storm, Reagan, the AIDS crisis. Did I mention the threat of nuclear destruction? But Thomas, people were a lot tougher back then. Oh yeah, people ignoring their mental health and not doing anything to help is such a good thing. Good job. I think I'm just gonna come out and state that certain generations need to stay off the internet, because what the literal is this? Rise. What the are you rising for? Now, before anyone gets upset, I'm also gonna roast your generation too, and I'll be even roasting my own, so calm down, please. But let's talk about the generation that came before it. Baby boomers. Also known as boomers. Now, the baby boomer era happened between 1946 and 1964. They're a particularly proud bunch. Now, I know I mentioned earlier that Gen X should stay off the internet, and I partially meant that as a joke. I mean, don't be cringy, but I truly mean it for baby boomers. Just stay the off the internet. Some boomers, maybe the majority, but I don't want to get people pissed, just believe anything and everything on the internet. From believing obvious AI photos are real, to posting clearly fake news and calling it fact without even checking the facts for themselves. I mean, I literally follow a page called Boomers Falling for AI Photos Again, and I've briefly covered the topic of boomers in a past video, so y'all should check that out as well. The majority of boomers that I see are all highly conservative, and well, let's just say their views are not good. They also just don't know how to use social media as well. Now, I'm no genius, but I think they're under a tornado warning. Man, I really hope Nancy came back for some answers, because seriously, I mean, yeah. Now, some of those could just be in jest, but honestly, it'd be like that. Now, you just don't get it, son. We are the best generation to ever generation on this planet. Ah, yes. Let's name some amazing things that happened during this time. Vietnam. MLK was assassinated. JFK was assassinated. Racism. Poor technology. Jim Crow law was in effect. Did I mention Vietnam? Boomers are just, boomers. I swear, anytime I'm on Facebook, and that's my first mistake, being on Facebook. Anytime I'm on Facebook, I see these very obvious AI videos of children praising Jesus on American Idol. I mean, look at this shit.
You raise me up so I can stand the mountain. You rise me up to walk.
This can't be okay. Like, God can't be okay with this. Now, some boomers are also incredibly racist. I mean, I don't think I need to explain why here. But Thomas, they're from a different generation. Oh, f*** off with that bullshit. Racism is bad no matter which generation you're from. You're a human f***ing being. You should know better than to do that. And what's funny is, these racists claim to be followers of Christ. Why, I do love that there Jesus, and I'm a God-fearing man. But goddamn it, don't you get me started on the minorities, baby. MAGA, baby, build that wall. Well, you get the picture. Moral of the story is, don't be a boomer. Be normal. Now, I have decided to put these two generations together because they always seem to be hating on each other. There's this whole Gen Z versus millennial thing going on about which generation is better. Which generation has better TV shows? Millennials or Gen Z? Which generation has better music? Gen Z or millennials? Obviously, I can't really show the sounds of the song, but it's a real legitimate question. Now, I was born in 1999. I was born at the tail end of millennials and the beginning of Gen Z. I've seen different things on where Gen Z began, but I think technically I'm a Gen Z. I say I'm a zillennial. With all that being said, both generations do some cringy shit.
Hey Gen Z, you can suck it. You can't tell me what to wear. Cause I've been rocking this side part since you had Kermit on your underwear.
Hey, it's not that deep.
Roger. Fuck that bitch, try put the fee on it. That put the free on.
Never mind, that's just f***ing worse. When it comes to the Gen Z versus millennial war, both sides have their own cringy that they do, whether it be millennials being like, when I was a kid, we had to wait hours just to use the internet. We had dial-up internet. and we could only be on it for a small amount of time because it was connected to the phone line. We also had to wait an hour for a picture to download. On the other hand, Gen Z is in fact filled with a bunch of f***ing idiots. I mean, you name it, whether it be faking mental disorders for attention or feeling incredibly entitled for no reason, Gen Z kind of sucks. But at least millennials and Gen Z aren't outspokenly racist like other generations. Yes, I'm more than aware that there are racists in these generations too, but you know, at least they're not outspokenly racist like the others. Now let's talk about some wonderful events that happened during the millennial generation. 9/11, the Iraq-Afghanistan war. More shootings than I can count. Most of them being school shooting. Bin Laden. And the Great Recession. Did I mention school shootings? Also, not to mention, the Gen Z generation is just very sensitive, is a good way to put it. My generation is very, very sensitive. I mean, it's a good thing that we are all about our mental health and all about standing up for ourselves. But maybe we're a little bit too sensitive at times. I'm not gonna go much deeper into it, but yeah, we're pretty sensitive. Anyway, that's it, right? Like, that's all the generations? That's it? Well, I do have to talk about it, but honestly, I think this deserves its own video.